Please like and subscribe, and feel free to leave a comment. I read all of the comments. And now, let's get on with the show. When last we left our intrepid adventurers, the party was deep under the ground in a dungeon known as the Blister. They were in an area of gates, but they had been attacked by Sheesh. Marcus the Paladin and this giant trade blows. It begins to heal itself. There can only be one ending to this war of attrition. Brock lands a solid blow on the creature he was fighting, and the thing goes down. He sees that Marcus is more dead than alive and decides to help with the giant, even though he knows that one hit from this monster will kill him. He jumps into the combat, and the giant lands a blow just where he was standing. The paladin is heartened by the bravery of the monk, and hearing the screams of Kevin and Garu as they fight, the paladin strikes, and the creature goes down, its head split in two. Suddenly, the rest of the things break off and run down the hall. The party staggers into a defensive position and wait for a counterattack that doesn't come. Once the foul gas is out of the lungs of Kimmy and Finn, they're able to move around on their own. Paladin Marcus passes out some healing to Mercy, who then heals others. None of them are fresh for another fight, but they know they can't wait for the monsters to reform. They have to move. They notice that all of the gates in the room are gray, except for one. This is most likely the gate that the monsters are entering through. John, the Warpick Guild mage, has the gate closing device at the ready, and he follows Marcus as they move closer and closer to it. Looking into the doorway, Marcus sees a reflection of himself, but it's an older image of himself, an image that matches what he remembers looking like in the dream where he died in this dungeon. As Kimmy and Kevin come closer, they see images of themselves as well. Kevin's image has his face covered in red tattoos, and Kimmy appears much older with a steel claw where her hand is. John tosses the device into the gate. The gate convulses and fills the room, and then the lights go out and then come back on. The room looks pretty much the same as it did a few seconds ago, but there's no signs of the battle they just had. The party surmises that somehow the gate was triggered and they were forced through it. Jogvok Mercy feels the effect of this almost immediately. He can't feel the connection with Chaldasea anymore. He attempts to throw a spell, but nothing happens. It's the same for Paladin Marcus. The group feels that perhaps they've been transported 300 years into the future, the time of the dark days when evil has taken over most of the world. Both Kimmy and Marcus have journeyed to this era in the far future in order to help survivors, but with mixed results. Kimmy and Kevin tell the party about what they saw the last time they were here, that the world is controlled by creatures called Mper, blood drinkers. They rule most of the land, and only the ancient fortress of Stantown still holds free humans. They look at the gate, but it seems to have lost all of its magical properties. They look at all the other gates, but they seem also to be gray and dead. They decide they'll take the tunnel that the Sheesh were coming out 300 years ago. John says that that's the best way to go. He thinks it's a way out, but he says it won't be easy.